Hi people, Moreno back here again. This is simply, as the header clearly indicates, a video in remembrance of motherhood. And it's to remind people, because people generally speaking automatically assume that all mothers are good. Now, I just mean this general, so all across the board. There are horrible mothers out there. And of course, this is a non occult related subject. I'm simply throwing this out there. When people usually think about mothers, they view the concept of motherhood as they automatically assume that a mother is like a loving, caring individual that does nothing but nurture and want what's best for her children. But those are good mothers. You've got good mothers, you've got neutral mothers, you've got somewhere in between, those that are somewhere in between, and you've got those that are somewhere in between decent and bad mothers. Bad mothers simply neglect their children. Horrible mothers literally treat their children like they're outright enemies. So imagine having a mother that treats you like an absolute toilet, like you're an absolute dumpster fire. It's the exact opposite. Instead of love and nurturement and caring, you get nothing but the exact opposite. You get a mother that treats her own child as her own flesh and blood, as if they are their worst enemy, essentially. And they mistreat their children in every imaginable way, and they want to see nothing but their children suffer. And for those of you that are wondering, asking, but why is that the case then, Moreno? How can a mother be so? How can it just defies logic? How can mothers by nature are caring and nurturing? So why would a mother mistreat her own children like that? It doesn't make sense. Well, yes, it does, because make no mistake, like I said, the whole concept of mothers being loving and nurturing is a general concept, but there are exceptions. And the exception is that mothers are people as well. Just because mothers are mothers, just because, for example, if you're a mother, you gave birth to children or a child, doesn't automatically turn you into some kind of superhuman being. No. Okay, you're still a human being with all your faults and whatnot. And I'm sorry. You're still a human being with all your faults and whatnot, and the same applies to everybody else out there. Doesn't matter who you are, you're still a human being at the end of the day, with your faults and flaws as well as your virtues. If applicable in general. So it's the same thing. Really horrible mothers, the likes of which I described a minute ago. These are mothers that essentially are crappy human beings, to say the least. Oh boy, and that is the understatement of the century. They're essentially these people whose lives is encompassed by nothing but negativity, whose life revolves around nothing but negativity, and these people are so deeply mired and marinated in their own misery and worthlessness that honestly, theoretically, they should be prohibited from procreating. Legally or otherwise, both legally as well as moralistically. Nah, people like these should be forbidden from having children or producing offspring. But of course, that is not the case in society, and as a result, you get a child that is literally utterly mistreated by its mother, by his or her mother, and and yeah, what else can I say? The child simply, to say that life is going to be horrible is going to be one hell of an understatement for that child. Any person would pity that kid, honestly. But anyways, that's just a sideline. Focusing on the mother, why mothers do that? Those kind of horrible mothers, absolutely horrible mothers, they simply react their own frustrations and their own pain and suffering off on their child. That's the plain and simple answer. Okay, they're looking for an actual punching bag, and as worthless as they are, they will be all too happy to take advantage of their own child. Use their own child like a punching bag, because they can't use anybody else as a punching bag, because no person would stand for it. And as the saying goes, misery loves company. So the more punching bags, the merrier. So the more children, the merrier. That's why usually these kind of mothers, they have several children, not just one child. Again, misery literally loves company. That saying applies perfectly here to this subject matter, to this topic at hand. They simply, again, they treat their children like toilets, because they themselves have been treated like a toilet, and they simply want to quote unquote pass on the joy. They want to pass on the negativity, and it makes them feel temporarily better about their own worthless existences. That is all. Let me know what your thoughts are if you have any in the comment section. Bye bye.